Biblical leadership offers profound insights that can be applied to both ministry and business, emphasizing qualities such as humility, integrity, and service to others. These principles guide leaders to model Christ's example in every area of life, ensuring that their leadership not only brings success but also glorifies God. Two key biblical leadership principles are servant leadership, as demonstrated by Jesus in Mark 10 verses 42 to 45, and leading by example, as instructed in 1 Timothy 4 verse 12. In Mark 10 verses 42 to 45, Jesus redefines leadership in the kingdom of God. He tells his disciples, "You know that those who are regarded as rulers of the Gentiles lord it over them, and their high officials exercise authority over them. Not so with you. Instead, whoever wants to become great among you must be your servant, and whoever wants to be first must be slave of all. For even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many." This teaching radically redefines the typical understanding of leadership. In the world, leaders are often seen as those who have power and authority over others, using their position to control and direct. But Jesus presents a completely different model of leadership, one based on humility and service. He exemplifies servant leadership, where the leader's role is to serve others, putting their needs before their own. This principle is not only applicable to ministry but also to the business world. In both environments, leaders are called to prioritize the well-being of their team, employees, or congregation, fostering an atmosphere of mutual respect and care. Servant leadership is not about seeking personal power or recognition but about serving others with the heart of Christ. In the workplace, this means that leaders should listen to their employees, offer guidance and support, and lead with humility. Leaders are responsible for creating an environment where people feel valued, respected, and empowered to reach their potential. In ministry, servant leadership involves sacrificial love, caring for the needs of the congregation, and nurturing spiritual growth, not from a place of superiority but from a place of humility and service. The principle of leading by example is equally important. In 1 Timothy 4 verse 12, Paul writes to Timothy, "Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example for the believers in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, and in purity." Paul emphasizes the importance of living in a way that reflects the values of Christ, encouraging Timothy to be an example to others, regardless of his age or status. This principle is essential for both leaders in ministry and business, as people are more likely to follow a leader who demonstrates integrity, wisdom, and faith in action. Leading by example means that leaders must live out the values they teach. In business, this could mean upholding ethical standards, maintaining transparency, and treating employees and clients with honesty and respect. It's not enough for a leader to simply give orders or set policies. They must embody the values they want to see in their organization. If a leader talks about integrity but then engages in dishonest practices, their words will lose credibility. However, when leaders practice what they preach, they inspire trust, respect, and loyalty from their team. In ministry, leading by example involves living out the gospel in every aspect of life. A pastor or church leader should demonstrate the love of Christ, a commitment to serving others, and a life of holiness. When leaders model Christ-like behavior, they provide a tangible example for others to follow, inspiring their congregation to do the same. Just as Paul encouraged Timothy to be an example in speech, conduct, love, faith, and purity, leaders today are called to live lives that reflect Christ's character, inspiring those around them to grow in their faith. Another important aspect of biblical leadership is the principle of wisdom and discernment. Proverbs 2 verse 6 tells us, "For the Lord gives wisdom, from his mouth come knowledge and understanding." Leaders in both business and ministry must rely on God for wisdom in making decisions, handling challenges, and guiding others. In business, this might involve seeking God's guidance in strategic planning, navigating conflicts, or making ethical decisions. In ministry, wisdom is needed to shepherd people well, preach faithfully, and lead the church toward its mission. Biblical leadership also involves accountability and responsibility. Hebrews 13 verse 17 says, "Obey your leaders and submit to their authority." They keep watch over you as those who must give an account. This highlights the responsibility of leaders to act with integrity and care, knowing that they will answer to God for how they lead. Leaders are called to lead with humility and accountability, ensuring that their actions align with God's will. This principle can be applied in both business and ministry, where leaders must be accountable to God, their teams, and those they serve. In addition, biblical leadership encourages empowerment. Ephesians 4 verses 11 to 12 explains that God gave various leaders to the church to equip the saints for works of service. Similarly, in business, a leader's role is not only to direct but also to empower others. Leaders should focus on developing the talents and skills of their team members, giving them the tools and opportunities to succeed. This empowerment creates a collaborative environment where everyone can contribute to the success of the organization or ministry. In conclusion, biblical leadership provides a model that is countercultural but powerful. Whether in ministry or business, leaders are called to serve others, lead by example, seek wisdom, remain accountable, and empower those around them. By embracing these principles, leaders can not only succeed in their endeavors but also create environments that honor God, foster growth, and build strong, healthy communities. Through servant leadership and leading by example, leaders reflect Christ's love and wisdom, inspiring those they lead to do the same.